After the 19th National Congress of the Communist Party of China, Xi Jinping has taken control of the party, government, military, and economy. I didn't expect that the knife hadn't stopped yet. Now we see. Many private enterprises have been affected. We talked about here, even Jack Ma has a Gongchudeo saying, I completely surrender to public authority. Recently, everyone has noticed that it is Zhao Wei and his wife. We saw the Chinese media guide and let's take a look. The Chinese media turned out to be using empty gloves as a white wolf to describe him. What on earth did he do? White wolf with empty gloves. Xi Jinping controlled the party, government, military, and police media. After mastering everything, now he only needs to do one thing. Finance. On November 8, Xi Jinping established a major regulatory meeting called the Financial Stability Board. Where's the Financial Association? What does he care about? All securities, banking, and insurance are under his control. Well, after it was established on October 8th. The first case is on October 8th. The first case is Zhao Wei. What happened to them? Talk about the first case. You are fined 300,000 yuan. Cannot enter or exit the stock market within the second 5 years. Cannot enter or exit the stock market for 5 years. Then everyone is curious about what happened to Zhao Wei. Really researching and finding out something now. It turns out that Zhao Wei is just a white glove. Now I want to put him behind his back. The real big tiger is pulled out. Big tiger and known as mainland China's history. The largest and most unprecedented tiger. To pull it out, well, why did Zhao Wei recruit Dahu? Why? 2 clues. Let me tell you a relatively small clue first. Good. What did Zhao Wei do? Zhao Wei bought Wanjia Culture. Just buy a company. How much is the market value of Wanjia Culture? More than 10 billion yuan. What company can be worth 10 billion? Then Zhao Wei spent 3 billion yuan to buy it. Oh, but how much money did Zhao Wei take out of her pocket? How much? 60 million yuan. 60 million yuan bought 10 billion. By a market value of 10 billion, and its bid is 3 billion. Where does his money come from? It's hard to find out at first glance. He borrowed 1.5 billion from the bank. You buy 3 billion. It doesn't matter if you lend 1.5 billion to the bank. Another 1.5 billion Xiao Jianhua supports her. Behind is Xiao Jianhua. Then you know it now. Xiao Jianhua was arrested at the Four Seasons Hotel. Please note that he is Jiang Zemin, Zheng Qinghong's big shopkeeper. He's in charge of all the money. The real money circulating in his hands. More than 800 billion renminbi. The entire Shanghai gang's funds. It's all in his hands. So Zhao Wei has something to do with him. Zhao Wei has something to do with him. Okay, first thing. The second thing is coming out now. Just say that Zhao Wei wants to buy Wanjia Culture for 10 billion. He is the first white glove. Xiao Jianhua is the second white glove. Who are you really chasing now? The real one behind the scenes. Who is the man hiding the mirror? It's very simple to hide behind a mirror now, right? Jiang Zemin. It's Jiang Zemin's family. The Jiang family will not touch Jiang Zemin, but Jiang Mingheng, who is about to come out. Jiang Zemin's eldest son and his grandson. It's possible to go inside, so Zhao Wei's case is the first shot to rectify the financial industry. But this shot definitely did not hit Zhao Wei. Maybe it's because we haven't finished hunting the biggest tiger yet. Knock on the mountain and shake the tiger. More important things came the next day. It is related to his husband Huang Yulong. It's strange that everyone has always suspected 2 things. First thing, Huang Yulong is not handsome. Fat. How could Zhao Wei marry him? This first thing. The second thing, there are no secrets in the mainland. Huang Yulong's birth is a huge secret. I didn't know he was born. No one knows where he was born. Huang Yulong is just like Ji Xiaobo. Yes, they are all very mysterious figures. How was born? What book to read? How to make your first pot of gold? It's all a mystery. How could there be such a thing in mainland China? There is a person in a secret place. Zhao Wei marries him, but what is Huang Yulong's background? Why are you so rich? He registered 27 companies in Hong Kong. Zhao Wei registered 4 companies. The 2 of them own 31 companies in Hong Kong. And there are companies for everything in the Cayman Islands. But I don't know where he came from. Now there is a way to say it. Huang Yulong is simply Shenzhen Mayor Su Zongling's driver. Became a driver. Right, drivers can be big bosses. The driver can marry Zhao Wei. Su Zongling's driver now has a theory. He is a part-time driver. He really helped Su Zhongling. Why do we say money laundering? Did you know that Su Zhongling was dismissed? He was said to have embezzled more than 2 billion yuan. 2 billion, oh but 10 billion people, 2 billion yuan is a death sentence. But a final search of his assets. Only 33.18 million were found. Right, what about other money? 2 billion becomes 33.18 million. After his 33.18 million renminbi was found, the death penalty was changed to a suspended death sentence. But where did his other 2 billion go? There is a saying now. Market theory, says Huang Yulong. Helped him wash his way to Hong Kong. Huang Yulong has 27 companies in Hong Kong. It was Su Zhongling who helped him wash it out. Now it's another way of saying it. As a mayor of Shenzhen. How could he get 2 billion yuan? 10 billion Taiwan dollars, told everyone. The mayor of Shenzhen is not the #1 person in Shenzhen. Who is the #1 person in Shenzhen? If you watch this show often, you will know. Party secretary, #1. The municipal party committee secretary who promoted Su Zhongling is Huang Liman. I see you looking confused. You must not know. I don't know who knows Huang Liman. Who is one of Jiang Zemin's 4 mistresses? So famous. Really, I tell you. It's been widely circulated on the internet. When Jiang Zemin was. When I was the head of the electronic engineering department. This Huang Liman is in the electronic engineering department. Jiang Zemin liked him very much. Every day during lunch break. Huang Liman put on rouge and ran into the minister's office. Jiang Zemin became the leader after June 4th. Just transfer him to Shenzhen as deputy secretary general. But no one thinks highly of him. You got here through nepotism. He called Jiang Zemin every day and cried. Jiang Zemin went to Shenzhen in 1993. You know what to do. Do something. Sit down after inspection. Just ask the municipal party committee secretary. Why was Deputy Secretary General Huang Liman not present? You didn't take him seriously. The municipal party secretary was dumbfounded. Send a special car immediately to bring Deputy Secretary Huang Liman to the scene. After sitting down, that Jiang Zemin told the municipal party committee secretary. Deputy Secretary General Huang's dumplings are very good. I'm going to eat dumplings at his house tonight. Why don't you come with me? Dinner at his house. Go home and have dinner at his house. Later, after Huang Liman became secretary of the Shenzhen Municipal Party Committee, there are red telephones in his office and home. I'll tell you what a red phone is. What is a red phone? Pick it up and go straight to Zongnanhai. True or false? True. Mainland China has this kind of phone. Pick it up and go straight to Zongnanhai. This is called the red phone. Usually this is only the most important person at the top. Only the red phone. So Huang Liman has a red phone. So today, Huang Liman becomes Shenzhen Municipal Party Committee Secretary. He is the #1 person in Shenzhen. He promoted Su Zhongling to be the mayor of Shenzhen. Be the #2. Now Su Zhongling embezzled 2 billion and disappeared without a trace. So Huang Liman is Jiang Zemin's Tong Tian. One of the 4 mistresses of Tong Tian. So here. Confusing. Then say it again now. Zhao Wei's husband Huang Yulong is his driver. Also laundering money for him. This relationship is tugging at each other. The more it gets complicated, the more complicated it becomes. Now you understand. Why did the Financial Stability Board make the first move? The first knife is to be struck at Zhao Wei, not to kill Zhao Wei. Probably cut Huang Yulong's. And we saw that the Chinese mainland media used it very rudely. Say you can't be a wolf with nothing. He said you are not a capital tycoon. You can do whatever you want. Heaven is here, written by the official China Youth Daily. Notice this is awesome. What does white wolf with empty gloves mean? It means you are just a white glove at the moment. Okay, so there are still people behind you. Wanjia culture has a market value of 10 billion. Not you Zhao Wei Huang Yulong. You can eat it. What's gnawing at the back is a real big tiger. Let's keep fighting this time. So of course we have to fight this. This is a way to knock the mountain and shake the tiger. So I tell you. Financial Stability Association. It was jointly established by the Party Committee and the 3 Congresses of the Communist Party of China. This will. Another important asset management measure was issued on January 17. From now on, all assets in mainland China. I need to monitor you. Oh, I supervise. Since I'm doing it on the 17th. So from now on, all overseas investments. Everything must be under my supervision. So strict. The first person affected was Wang Jianlin. Do you know why Wang Jianlin was affected first? Because Wang Jianlin has invested nearly 250 billion yuan. So much, which Xi Jinping is most interested in now. What's the one thing you're worried about? It's because after he was investigated for corruption, these big officials keep sending corruption money overseas. Then these rich people keep sending their money overseas. The CCP has been losing foreign exchange. He wants to make it now. You can't keep all this money. Break, cut off. So he was against Wang Jianlin. China's richest man did something last year. Just one thing is enough. Stop lending to you. Everything Wang Jianlin owns is financed by loans. If you stop my loan, I will have no choice but to sell hard. Do you know how miserable Wang Jianlin is now? First, he is now selling 5 properties overseas for a price of $5 billion US. All these $5 billion US are sold in packages. Parcel for sale include this one from Beverly Hills, Chicago. This skyscraper in London, England is his most. I am also proud of this one from Sydney. Plus 5 local assets on the Gold Coast. $5 billion US. The package is not sold out yet. The worst is here. Because I told you not to lend him money. I cut off his Wanda Group's money. It turns out that Wang Jianlin knew something was wrong. He brought his wife, son, and relatives with him, flying from Tianjin to abroad by private plane. The plane was stopped. The plane was stopped. True and false. True can't leave. Leave it all to me, and I'll tell you what's the most amazing thing. You stay first. Then after spending a few hours at Tianjin Airport, sorry to go home. It's very strange that he chose Tianjin to go. Right, so it's not Beijing, not Shanghai. Yes, so he is now restricted from leaving the country. And I tell you that Wang Jianlin is now. Everything is like a jumping off building auction. It's equal to now. Buyers across the continent are bullying Wang Jianlin. Because you don't have a loan now and you need money urgently. I'll kill you while you're gone. Now he has sold 65 billion yuan to cash out. They all went to pay off their loans. Because he is now. There is no bank to lend him the loan to repay the loan. So he was peeled off 1 layer of skin, 2 layers of skin, and 3 layers of skin. Is it just him? I tell you. Future. This program will definitely talk about it again. Wealthy people from mainland China continue to be skinned and skinned. But what everyone is most concerned about is still, will a super tiger be revealed? House shirt sewn. We've seen Xi Jinping. The courage to take control of everything. But I didn't expect that after the 19th National Congress of the Communist Party of China, start targeting Alibaba, targeting Tencent. Now they are also targeting Xiaowei and Wang Jianlin. Yes, even if you are in mainland China today, all private companies. Private company, both will be under the rule of the Communist Party of China. Yes, many people have asked a question recently. Talk about why there are so many companies now. What kind of company should I set up now? There's a party headquarters inside, and the Chinese entrepreneurs among them. There is a party committee in private enterprises. Are you telling the truth or lying? To be honest, you said that means our Dongsun News. Our Dongsun News is also going to get one. Communist Party of China. This so-called organization? That's right. We need a party committee here. And this party committee has responsible people. What are their ordinary party committees doing there? They are all responsible for the public relations industry of the media. That is the channel for external communication. It is up to the party committee to be responsible. For example, the spokesperson may not have spoken. It's the party committee's speech to the outside world. Then what else can another party committee follow? He can correspond with our local party committee. This counterpart. Or when I have any company development plans, say I am the counterpart of this place. It is the party committee within the company that is responsible. Therefore, the Communist Party of China is not only in the party, government, and military. It is not only in this public institution that we even watch the private director. Now even private institutions must set up their party constitutions. The company's articles of association must contain the articles of association of the Communist Party of China. Right, because China is revising this company law. It now puts this thing of the Chinese Communist Party. Put it in the company law. This is the latest announcement. Proposal to amend the company's articles of association. This is a company in China. Look! Did you read one more thing between the original text and the revised version? He put this Chinese Communist Party constitution, the first article put into the company. That is to say, company law. This is according to our Chinese. In addition to various company regulations, he also put a party charter of the Communist Party of China, Article 1 of the Companies Act. After that, the patent dealers will be in mainland China. Do you want to get something like this too? Maybe we will be under this pressure in the future. And let's look at his revision, and there is another one. Originally there was no such provision. There is a new provision. The company party committee is based on the Communist Party of China. Articles of association and other internal party regulations are strictly enforced. Perform duties. In other words, there were none of these things in the past. Now it's really in corporate law. They are in the revised articles of association of the company. Put this all in. And this is the latest this year. In other words, many companies in the future. He has not established a party headquarters or party organization in the past. He will establish it in the future. So what about the future? In other words, all private companies in China. Maybe the future will be stable. The land is in the hands of the Communist Party. Because you have to set up a party branch within you. Party branch. You must have party cadres inside. Even you have to follow the party constitution of the Communist Party of China. That is to say, we can talk about Communist Party of China and the Chinese government. If you like your company, I will buy 1% of your shares. And these 1% shares are special shares. I have veto power over this special stock. I can influence the development of this company. Yes, it's more than that. Except for the big companies I like. I can buy you more than 1% of the shares. I have never put my hands into ordinary private enterprises. Right, so you know what to say. In fact, the future Communist Party of China, it is a company that firmly controls all enterprises in China. All information from you. I want to buy shares, or your money flows to all your things, even your company's charter management. They are all written in this constitution of the Communist Party of China, so you know how strong he is. He wants to control all China's economic problems. Fortunately, Xi Jinping mentioned it just now. Now that China has begun supervision, it will. Why is Zhao Wei the first person named? In fact, Zhao Wei has been. They were made into the female version of Buffett. But now Buffett shows up. It turns out that everyone knows that he is not the real Buffett, because there are too many people behind him. And he is all those people have. Ostensible agent. Why do you say so? In fact, this time, just now, Teacher Mom mentioned that he bought this Wanjia Culture. Wanjia Culture's conditions are like this. He said that their Longwei subpoena was an investment. Spend 3 billion yuan to buy a 10 billion company. When it was 3 billion, at that time, Chinese regulatory agencies found it very strange. Can you, Zhao Wei, afford 3 billion yuan? As a result, they checked carefully. Later, I found out what happened. Zhao Wei, if you look carefully, he actually only offered 60 million. The other 3 billion or so, I borrowed it from someone else. Who borrowed it? Later it was found out whose funds were behind him. Xiao Jianhua's funds. So why was he named? Because the fund behind him is called Xiao Jianhua. So Xiao Jianhua suffered from the stock market crash. One of the biggest initiators. I was arrested a while ago, so why should I check you, Zhao Wei? I check. After all, are you a character on their stage? And he also involved another person. That person is called Jack Ma. Jack Ma, under Bao Jie. Do you know? In fact, this Zhao Wei, in the past few years, he has made the largest amount of money. She is the investor in Alibaba Pictures. When we show you Alibaba Pictures, when she invested, probably only a little over 1 Hong Kong dollar. At that time, he spent 31 yuan, bought it for 31 Hong Kong dollars. After she bought shares, the stock price surged in a short period of time. The highest price ever reached nearly 4 yuan and almost 5 Hong Kong dollars. Then why did she say this? After she bought it, she first met Ma Yun and the others, bought this Alibaba Pictures, released news to the outside world. Just tell Jack Ma that I want to make a movie. Then if I want to make a movie, my partner will be Zhao Wei. In this way, the stock price will skyrocket. After running all the way, Bao Jie, do you know what Zhao Wei did? She immediately sold her Alibaba Picture shares. Sell immediately. After selling it, watch her cash out. She cashed out 1.3 billion from Alibaba Pictures alone. Her net income was probably over 1 billion Hong Kong dollars. 45 billion Hong Kong dollars, more than 1 billion Hong Kong dollars, and 1.5 billion in a month or two. Bao Jie, if you know, she will say, at that time, the Hong Kong media helped her estimate. She can earn more than 10 million Hong Kong dollars in one day. People say she doesn't need to go to filming at all. She just needs to do it every day. It's more than her annual salary from filming. Now people are starting to doubt. Zhao Wei is the capital behind those. One of the funds behind it is Xiao Jianhua. Could the other one be Jack Ma? That's because if Jack Ma gets involved with them, Jack Ma is related to Xiao Jian and Xiao Jianhua. Really? Then you might be beaten to the other side. So why is Jack Ma so nervous now? Like someone who chooses sides. Ma Yun is very nervous. That is because why is he now facing investigation? Ever since Zhao Wei's accident, China has been investigating Jack Ma's funds. After all, what is he doing here? Is this matter related? And mainland China has been investigating. Follow the clues. Yes, all the funds sent by Jiang. Clear out everything. Moreover, Jack Ma has been under investigation by mainland China in recent years. Bao Jie, do you know what happened after the stock market crash in 2015? One of his companies, Hang Seng Electronics, was investigated. Why? Because Heng Seng Electronics is the largest in mainland China. Brokerage firm that places futures orders. Everyone asked if you were in there. He also has a futures company. Are you tampering with me inside? So he was already under investigation by mainland China at that time. At that time, he even complained to others about his injustice. Nothing to do with me. But what did mainland China later find out? Recently, the mainland is not trying to regulate Alipay. Later it was found out that he was the biggest in Alipay. Shareholders behind. It might actually involve Jiang Zemin and his people. Is Zhao Wei's husband really so mysterious? That's right. We've been checking. Mr. Zhao Wei, where did Huang Yulong come from? In fact, we checked, including said Wikipedia, or even because he once said he made his fortune in Singapore. He said we would also go to Singapore to investigate. Many people have used many methods to investigate. But so far, there's never been a way to find out. How did he get rich? So mysterious. Yes, and why didn't he know about his first pot of gold? I don't know what my major is and what school I don't know about. His only experience. It's an experience that people know. It was he who had served. Just now, Mr. Ma's driver was the former mayor of Shenzhen. Since then, there has been no more. But because he holds a position, being a driver is not the only way to marry Zhao Wei. Being a driver can make you a billionaire. Then after he became a driver, not long afterward, within a few years, he became a rich man who made money from Singapore. So no one knows to say, how on earth has he been so mysterious these past few years? What's going on? So some people speculate and say, could he be one too? The so-called laundering money for people overseas. That's what he used in Singapore. Or used an account in Hong Kong, helping money laundering overseas. That's how he accumulated so much net worth. Otherwise, you see why this official unit in China, the first one to have the surgery was Zhao Wei. So obviously they think that's what's going on here. In fact, there are many interesting stories. Big data is needed in the future. It is too easy for the mainland to obtain this big data. And the most important thing about China's AI is AI. It doesn't require swatting. No need to follow the steps. It can directly take you beyond the past. Go straight beyond why. Yeah, you know when we passed. Isn't there AlphaGo? To make AlphaGo at Google and defeat the invincible player in the world. All the national players were defeated by him and completely failed. But recently, it was beaten 100-0. AlphaGo lost. That's right, AlphaGo Zero. It's the zero version of AlphaGo. Why? Just say Google. Because of the AlphaGo in the past. While doing it, still input 2 million sets of chess records. After he learned these chess records, start playing chess and learn from experience. Fight with yourself. So what happens next? Defeated all the chess kings, but he still has a framework. Because at the beginning, those chess records still limit your thinking, limit your creativity, limit your flexibility. So they pretend that if this is the case, true artificial intelligence, so they made an AlphaGo Zero. Not even a chess record is given to it. I won't give you any chess records. Just tell him what the rules of Go are. Then you start to fight. Follow yourself. Fight with yourself. Fight with yourself. I think about it myself, so there is no framework at all. I didn't expect that he made it. And then after it's done, a fight with his predecessor AlphaGo, 100:0. So let me tell you about artificial intelligence. What's great about it is that I don't need to follow the steps. And I don't need to have some previous foundation. I just start from scratch. I can surpass you directly. So scary. AlphaGo was defeated by AlphaGo Zero. And it was a complete defeat, 100:0. He was completely defeated. That's because that whole artificial intelligence, you can jump directly like this. So what about China? Now he has spent $150 billion. We need to bring artificial intelligence to the whole of China. So what about Ministry of Science and Technology recently? Directly call your name. Their national flagship project on artificial intelligence. Start pushing. Name 4 companies and you will serve the country. It's Jack Ma's Alibaba that serves the country. Alibaba for Jack Ma. Baidu and then iFlyTech. Then add Tencent and you will serve the country. Then why choose Jack Ma? Because where's Jack Ma? He doesn't just have so much artificial intelligence. And the most important thing is to say, how does he have a way to travel in time? Capable of instant real-time control. This is timely control. So much big data. As for Jack Ma, he was in Hangzhou recently. I also started to realize this plan. And there are surveillance cameras everywhere in Hangzhou, right? What about inside the monitor? There are monitors at the stations in Hangzhou. There are monitors on the bus. Then which intersection monitor? But the question is, after the footage from his monitors was sent back, they need 80,000 buses. Only then can I see these shots. Then make this judgment. How to judge this traffic intersection. So Jack Ma did an experiment this year. He put these big information. All went into one cloud in the sky. Go inside this cloud. Use artificial intelligence to turn these 1.5 million monitors. All information real time. Come to control directly. After control, I started talking. Which side has more people getting off the bus? Where are the cars? Which intersection has more left turns? What about traffic lights? Start taking over traffic lights directly. After the results of this experiment, what about the entire ambulance? Shorten the distance by half. Because AI tells you. Which way should you go? And what about the whole traffic? The one at that busiest time. Go to Shaoshan Airport. Baojie Road saves 11% of space. That's why they want him to do this. Because all the data from your monitors comes here. You can't use the tens of thousands of people who rely on the police to watch slowly here. Study slowly. For example, Jack Ma will use these big materials for you to practice. After the simultaneous information comes, just use your AI to judge. Where there is a situation, where there is a problem, because you know the mainland is not here now. Does Beijing alone have 20 million surveillance cameras? So these actions, they still use the police to keep an eye on it. Keep watching and make a judgment. I don't need the police anymore. My real-time country, I'll tell you directly. You use this heavenly AI wisdom. Just judge me directly. Not only that, voice TV is also a very strong part of China. What about mainland China recently? Is iFlyTech. He became a doctor named Xiao Yi. And this Xiao Yi is the first in China. Got a medical license. A doctor who passed the exam directly. The robot becomes a doctor. Robot turns into doctor. He just thinks that's what he did to him. That doctor is not talking about his test scores. He needs to have something to ask the patient about. Then his voice is understandable. It's because everyone talks about their own illness. It's unclear. It's unclear speech. After hearing this, he can directly understand. After direct understanding, with his voice recognition ability, he can accurately judge. So he went to take the medical license exam. Their standard threshold is 360. He scored 456 points in the first test. It's really through these AIs and through this voice recognition. He got his medical license directly. Okay, then yes. Next we see Oman's future plans. Actually built an oasis in the desert. We saw that this picture is very, very beautiful. You know Baojie, Oman, one of the Arab countries. He recently started a project called Huaguoshan Project. Huaguoshan, Huaguo Mountain, the Huaguo Mountain Project. A reason why the whole world is watching. Why is this Huaguoshan right? This is just his current design drawing. Oh, his project is starting. How big is this Huaguo Mountain? Why does the whole world say this is a testimony? A miracle project. Why is it? Because he is here. You can see the entire lush desert. Build an oasis. Do you know how big this oasis will be? To turn into an oasis. How big does it need to be to form a flower and fruit mountain? The size of 17 Don Forest parks. I just remember that it has terraces on the south side. The north is terrace fields. The forest here in the south. There are also terraces and terraces. In the middle of the terrace forest are flowers and plants. Then this side is the entire wilderness canyon. The whole area is desert and there is no water. That's how he made it, causing mountains of flowers and fruits to appear one after another. Then you can see which ones he selected. Its chosen plant. All are plants native to Oman itself. No imported native species. It includes, you can watch. From now on you can imagine being in a desert. In the desert, there are these trees that will come out, including pomegranate, including apricots, including their so-called frankincense and myrrh. This frankincense is their national treasure, and the rose of Damascus, and the baobab tree. These 5 kinds are quite special, so call one up, then you can think about this plant blooming. In the desert. Look how beautiful you are. 17 mountains the size of a forest park. Then this place. The biggest problem is that Arab countries have very little water. There is no water in the desert. The average annual rainfall in Oman is 130 millimeters. Any typhoon in Taiwan, there will be more than him in the second half of the day. He has 1 year, so he has no water. But Oman has a world of one. From 2,500 years ago, a piece of history remains. He has one. More powerful than all other Arab countries. Water Conservancy Project. This is called their ditch. Their waterways have flowed for 2,500 years. There are almost no such waterways in the world. There are 3 types of waterways. One is from the mountain. They will take that water. It rains very little. They will gather them together and then cover the channel. Let it flow into the ground more than 10 meters deep. Flow to the ground. Walking the underground river becomes an underground river. That kind of underground river will not evaporate if the sun. This is the first one. The second one you can look at is this. This dense mountain. On the mountain wall, he dug a channel into the mountain wall. Come down slowly like this. Then to the plain. There are fields on both sides of the plain that need to be irrigated. How big is his waterway? At least 3 meters to 5 meters deep. The whole country of Oman. Oman! How many are there in this country? There are 4,500 such waterways. The total length is more than 10,000 kilometers. So he will use this waterway to go underground. Go flat. And then there is spring water. Spring water 3-pronged approach. There is no shortage of water in it. So he would use 2,500 years ago. Leave behind some water resources from our ancestors. Go to the wasteland I just talked about. When the time comes, he will cover up what we're talking about. A project in Wagwashan. What about this Wagwashan project? It's not just the fruits we see that are beautiful. In fact, there will be many glass houses built inside. It will control the temperature and humidity of the greenhouse. Contrast greenhouse. Which flowers and plants require what temperature? What kind of humidity? It will adapt to the flowers and plants. So he will cover it up later. The most beautiful botanical garden in the world will be in Oman. What Hao Shurtsong just said. This time Victoria's Secret is held in Shanghai. Many people focus on the falling action of their feet. Many people are saying, the scene in the middle is very grand. There are even many Chinese factors in this. But look at his entire journey. Victoria's Secret is about compromise. Be patient in every possible way. You cut my people and you throw away the people who help me. I have to accept it all. Victoria's Secret. It has been held overseas 3 times in the past. Once in Cannes, France, and once in London. Once in this Paris. When he went to that place, he said, what specifications do I want? Ask your local manufacturer to cooperate with me. What specifications do I want? What do I want? This so-called process of my catwalk. You can't interfere with me at all. Because I am a global attention event. I have to follow my rules. Follow my rules. What happened this time? This is not the case at all in mainland China. Hit the iron plate. We know to say. Isn't Gigi Hadid their number 1? In the end, their top star couldn't go. That's not all. What about Katy Perry? This time the American little diva. She was going to sing there. In the end, she couldn't go either. Because China doesn't want them. Look at the result. Speaking within the context of the entire performance, the elements of the entire performance are all Chinese, full of the color of Chinese blue and white porcelain. A lot of people watched it. Let's just say this is just to please China. A big Victorian party. And we see Gigi Hadid and Katy Perry. They apologized. They have issued a public letter. In other words, it is also against the Chinese government. He also talks down to China. I hope I can get the opportunity to perform in China. But if it doesn't work, it won't work. So their number 1 is this Gigi Hadid. I have always wanted to go to mainland China, but because of Gigi Hadid, in the eyes of mainland China Netizen Center, ban him. Never let him come. Then why? Because mainly Gigi Hadid came before her, took a piece, Buddha's cookies next to her face. Just this photo. Then you made this squinting action? That's how to learn the movements of Buddhist statues. People think he is making fun of Orientals. This so-called, the kind with small eyes, ridiculing Orientals and Asians for having small eyes. The result is unexpected. After her photo was posted like this, after PO comes out, she said that Chinese netizens completely blocked her. We don't want her to come to mainland China. Don't let him come to perform in mainland China. And wait and so on. That's right. I didn't expect the result. Gee, hate yourself. I probably also feel that it's not a good idea to talk about big things. Although I immediately follow Chinese netizens. She hurts others on Weibo. It makes me feel bad. I want you to know. I never meant to offend anyone. I truly, to those who have been hurt by my words and deeds, hurt or disappoint people, apologize. I have great respect and true love for the Chinese people. I cherish the past, bits and pieces of my visit to China. Oops, he also said that I also learned that I should be cautious in my words and deeds. Avoid misunderstanding. He is on Weibo. Use Chinese to express your message to the Chinese people. But no! If you can't come to China, you can't come to China. Yes, and he worked hard until the last moment. Victoria's Secret officials still told him, "Excuse me, there is no name for you this year." I just want to say that I really lost an opportunity. Then the other one is Kelly Perry. Katy Perry. She is actually an American diva. When the little diva passed by, he was actually there too. How many times has Victoria's Secret performed? She's supposed to be this time. I was originally going to be the lead singer. The result was unexpected. I didn't expect that when she came to Taiwan to perform. Some actions make mainland Chinese netizens dissatisfied. Said that we must definitely ban her to the end. She also apologized. Apologized to her too. She will soon be over October. She also wrote a letter. We can see that. This date is October 17th, 2017. Also wrote about China. Write to China to talk to mainland informants. Apology to mainland China. Just say that I will follow it in the future. Victoria's Secret rules. Even I will be cautious in my words and deeds. Everyone apologized. Apologizing is of no use so far. It's useless. It's useless. If I don't let you come, I won't let you come. What? When you look at this apology letter, you don't know where to sign it. Yes, and there are Chinese characters in the middle. I have no choice but to kill and block you until the end. So it is equivalent to saying, after Xi Jinping came to power today, the smell of China is becoming more and more obvious. If you want to come to China to make money, just follow China's rules. Yes, and this time for Victoria's Secret. What is the most unacceptable thing? What does mainland China want? You want Victoria's Secret. Take out your script and let me review it. Chinese officials want review, so they are reviewing this. At this last moment for them. I almost didn't receive it until maybe a few hours before the show. Say that your script can be approved. What do you want? Too exaggerated. Any shots you want to take must pass. Through Chinese official. He has rules for you. What do you want? What lens? What lens? They all have regulations. And you know, because we know, this kind of Victoria's Secret show. There are many bloggers from overseas. Many beauty experts. Give me all your list to mainland China. You may have had some in the past. Steve said it's not conducive to mainland China. I won't let you come. So there are some bloggers. He can't go to mainland China. Participate in this Victoria's Secret. So it's not just Katy Perry. Gigi is the only one. Even the bloggers you want to visit and watch the show. I can't even let you come if I don't like it. Right. No wonder his producer said. I went through a lot of hard work to get to Shanghai. It's not just that, Bao Jie, you know? In fact, Victoria's Secret used to be. He wants to flaunt that I am the only show in the world. So he usually doesn't have anything. He never had a sponsor partner. I am Victoria's Secret. I'm the boss. Victoria's Secret, do I need anyone to sponsor me? But sorry. He came to mainland China to tell. Must comply with the rules of mainland China. According to the rules in mainland China, anything can be sold. You can sell naming rights. So what did he say this time? You want to find a partner from mainland China. At this time, our Oppo mobile phone will come to the station to be your official partner. He has never been named before. Right, so he has been named. Yes, so he'll be very strange. This is the first time he's been like this. One with a mobile phone. This solution from the partner manufacturer. That's not all. In addition to his original organizer, he also found another one, Tencent. You want to go to Tencent? So all it means is that you come to China. Excuse me, you have to comply with our rules in China. You need a cell phone buddy. You need to find a partner for this TV station. There is no such thing. Excuse me, please don't do this big show in China. Okay, after all, what is Victoria looking at? There is money in the market. Yes, because the market is in Asia. Does Bao Jie know? In fact, if we take the global underwear market, mainland China is now the world's largest. The annual market is 400 billion new Taiwan dollars. The United States is the second largest. Do you know how big the market is in the United States? 200 billion. The United States only has one half of the Chinese market. But do you know? China's underwear market. Yeah, but you know what? 3 years from now, in the year 2020, he will grow to 1 trillion new Taiwan dollars. In other words, the distance between it and the United States is getting wider and wider. You say it in the eyes of Victoria's Secret. The Chinese market is a big treasury. If I don't enter the mainland China market, sales in the United States have plummeted in recent years. What he depends on is the market in mainland China. If he can enter the market in mainland China, if you open up the sky, it is very complimentary to his performance and, so no matter what you ask of me, why do you want me to compromise? No matter how much I tolerate you, I will swallow it all. Right so, what we know about Victoria's Secret this time around. In fact, if you have visited, this one from Shanghai, this one from Victoria's Secret, as for this flagship store, in fact, he has already begun to launch some, in line with Chinese body proportions, from Shanghai. It didn't sell well in Asia in the past. It's because he never launched Asian version. But now he has begun to compromise. He wants to launch something that fits the Chinese body shape. But so far in mainland China, still not selling well. But he is in mainland China. They discovered that. There are a lot of things that sell very well. What sells well? Lotion. Lotions and perfumes sell well. Did you know lotion last year? Just in mainland China. A few of their flagship stores. I actually sold hundreds of millions of lotions. The perfume also sold for hundreds of millions. They suddenly discovered that. If that market in the future also takes off, I also sell lotion. If you sell this so-called perfume, then I've made a lot of money. So what everyone is curious about is, now only Victoria's Secret. We must compromise like this. You have to tolerate it. You have to accept it. Or has this changed? It has become a general rule for other countries to follow China's example. Because now there are many for this market and many manufacturers. If you don't have mainland China, there's no way you can be #1 in the world. I'll tell you, in the past, without the Chinese market, there would be no world. Right, we have to give an example. It's the car market. If Baojia knew the past car market, the world's #1 is Toyota. We are chasing after General Motors in the United States. But these few years, suddenly a company sprang up. It's Fox. Fox has become the world's largest company. Yes, but everyone wants to say, how is it possible that everyone in Taiwan watches Toyota? No one is watching Fox. Then why on earth is he #1 in the world? This is what they look like now. This Toyota probably sells about 10 million units a year. Fox is probably around 10.5 million, 500,000 units. But you know why Fox can win. In this Toyota, it is in mainland China. Volkswagen is the largest car manufacturer in mainland China. His sales volume is 4 million units. Then Toyota only has 1 million units. So you can see, the difference is 3 million units. Why can't Toyota dominate the world? He just lost these 4 million units in mainland China. If he could, it also sold 3 or 4 million units in mainland China. He can definitely beat Fox. We want to talk about the Chinese automobile industry. Indeed, we feel very sad, because Taiwan has always wanted to develop the automobile industry in the past. But I still can't develop. But what about mainland China? He only started supporting these industries in the 1990s. Now they are producing cars all over the world, the strongest. And many car manufacturers have been acquired by them. Like the previous Volvo. Volvo has been criticized by their Geely cars. Their current production volume is so large. But yeah, why are they so capable? Because you are going to a company in China's social factory. They have a rule. You must cooperate with our Chinese automobile factories. And the standard for cooperation is, you have to give us the technology. So they have to put their technology. Leave it to these cooperative manufacturers. And they are not like Taiwan. When Taiwan cooperated in the past, this so-called Japanese manufacturer or mother factory, it will keep a hand. Its engine won't do it for you. The internal combustion engine won't do it for you. Some important clutches are not made for you. Not in China. If it's not allowed by mainland China's regulations, you have to share everything. All must be shared. Although Volkswagen is very reluctant to do so. But for the sake of the market in mainland China, he still wants to share it. So now many small brand car manufacturers in China, they are just because. I learned these techniques from Fox and others in the past. They now have their own technology. So now I come here instead. Devour the Volkswagen or Toyota market. But in the eyes of Volkswagen and Toyota, do you want to make the devil's deal back then? If we didn't do this, we would definitely not be where we are today. And the most recent Boeing. Boeing is not going to mainland China. Is this a big order? He is also tolerant. He must build his future production base. Partially placed in China. He wouldn't do it before. Same for Airbus. So you know the market. Chinese mainland, especially in the era when Xi Jinping is in power. The rules of this game are different from those in the past. You can go through the back door. You could use your party and government connections in the past. Make business with us in China. Do whatever you want. Not now. Now is the market where you want me in China. Please follow our Chinese rules. I just talked about a lot of the past because I have secrets. This is my exclusive. I'm afraid of being taught away. I'm afraid of being stolen. I will never set up a factory in China. The most famous example is Boeing. If the Palace bus goes there, just go. Boeing just won't go. But now Poyan has to bow his head. It's scary, yes, when Boeing goes. When the Airbus went, he actually helped China Construction purchase two. The most powerful aviation city, Tianjin and Zhoushan Group Road. How about yeah, we saw the scene. This picture is from the Dubai Air Show. The just concluded Dubai Air Show. Yes, this Airbus and this Boeing. Two planes flying over that pair, cheating each other and choking each other. So in the final analysis, who of us is the world best-selling airline? They were actually at the Dubai Air Show. First time flying in the air. Yes, but that's what they fought for. Although this embarrassing flight was launched in Dubai, but he is actually where they are going to be embarrassed. Not in Dubai. Where is it? Where? What they really want to embarrass is the market in mainland China. Because mainland China, it's the key that determines victory or defeat. In the next 20 years. How many planes does mainland China need in total? How many planes? 6,000 aircraft. How big of a business opportunity is 6,000 aircraft? $1 trillion business opportunity. $1 trillion business opportunity. If you no longer have the market in mainland China, it's absolutely impossible for you. There is absolutely no way Airbus can beat Boeing. There is absolutely no way Boeing can beat Airbus. In other words, they want to be king in mainland China. Only then can we truly become the world leader. The most important key. In fact, it was a few years ago. Airbus is far from a rival to Boeing. But why? Airbus has grown rapidly in recent years. Because Airbus went to mainland China to set up a factory in 2008. As a result, after he set up a factory in Tianjin, mainland China, its market share in mainland China is rising steadily. He only needs to launch a new machine every time. Sorry, we already need mainland buyers. When I buy more, it says, Airbus announced, we will continue to build more factories in Tianjin. When adding more money to build the factory, mainland China is signing orders. If you add more money to build the factory, I will sign the order. So just use this method. Obtain many orders from mainland China. So Baojia, do you know? When it originally arrived at the Tianjin market, originally there was only one of this A319 assembly line. The A320 is also used for it now. A 330 also went. All of it. Complete assembled production line. All went to that place. You said 319, 320, and 330 are all gone. All go! He still wants to sell the 380, which is not selling well now. Do you know what conditions he offered? If we buy more from mainland China, we put the A380 assembly line. We also pretend to go to Tianjin. Can you please buy it or not? Mainland China will still pay for this. So you see, complete Airbus assembly line. All go to Tianjin. Combined and the latest news. Airbus is still ready. How about their overseas innovation centers? Set up in Shenzhen. The premise is that you buy more planes from me. I'll go over there and set it up. Therefore, the market in mainland China is very important to Airbus. In order to capture the market in mainland China, he can make anything. And the scary thing is, Tianjin had no connection with aviation in the past. It used to be a seaport that opened to the outside world. But now when the Airbus comes in, it is the largest airport. To him is the biggest. It's like an aircraft manufacturing center. Right! Tianjin's past industries didn't develop very well, but the Chinese Communist Party later positioned it as a aerospace development center. Why come to Haitai Aerospace Development Center? Because it has a large company to that place. It's Airbus. After Airbus decided to come to Tianjin to set up a factory, do you know what is the establishment of Airbus to that place? Full line assembly. What does full line assembly mean? He shipped many parts and components from overseas to Tianjin. Put it together piece by piece from Tianjin. Where is this in the past? Airbus has never done this overseas. Why? The assembly process of the aircraft is top secret. How does he assemble it? That paint in the middle or whatever? Those are very technical. I didn't expect him to be willing to give this thing. Get it to the mainland. Baojie, do you know? Because you are shipping parts from all over the world to this place. So what happens when I need parts? I have to get parts from the local area. Right, so many manufacturers followed into that place. In other words, it's not Airbus coming. The spare parts supplier for Airbus must also come in. What kind of nail company is this? Table and chair company. All supplies go to that place. Where does the supply chain go? China Road began to learn their abilities. So China also comes from scratch. It also takes decades. For him, he can make his own plane. To them, C-191, that only started talking about it in 2009, announced the development of this research and development. You see it developed this year. And you see, within a few years we can already compete with Airbus. Have fun with Boeing. Did Nikonpa know that China would develop like this? I knew it already, but there is no way. They have to make this compromise. Well, now even Boeing is here. Same for that one. Now Boeing must do the same. Baojie, you know, when Boeing first started in 2014, 2015 years, Xi Jinping signed 300 aircraft during his recent visit. When there were 300 aircraft, the first condition at that time was that Boeing agreed. Here we go. We were never there. U.S. overseas markets. Set up production lines in markets outside the United States. But when we go to Zhoushan Islands, let's set up a program called Delivery Center for this aircraft. Set up a delivery center here. You know about the delivery center and Baojie? Delivery center. It is different from the assembly of the entire vehicle. He was after the entire aircraft had been assembled. Fly to this place. He delivers here. What you pay for delivery? He put this chair up. Install this audio and video equipment. This is the technology for doing the back end and back end. What about this technology? This has made the Zhoushan Islands a obscure place. Now it becomes. Those component manufacturers have already started production, already out. But this year, Trump is not going to visit that place. Are you going to visit mainland China? After the order, he had a Boeing with a condition. Reach an agreement with mainland China. In the future, I will not only. It's just that there is only a delivery center. It's not a delivery center anymore. It's not delivered here. My complete machine assembly will also come to this place. So it is exactly the same as Airbus. So we see, an aviation city has appeared in Tianjin. The future is in this place in Zhejiang. Another aviation city will also appear in Zhoushan Islands. Is that what they will look like within a few years? It's already impossible for Taiwan to do it. The aviation city is already fully formed. So I know. How charming is the Chinese market? Did not think of. 11 Taiwanese people were sentenced to death in Indonesia. 4 people were shot to death in the street. There are more than 30 people waiting behind. Some people said that they arrived in Indonesia today and went to jail. Even went to jail in mainland China. It will make your life worse than death. Supervision in Indonesia is terrible. What about in 2015? We have 14 fraudsters deported back from over there. Baojie and the others only detained him for 4 months. There are several people inside who lost 20 kilograms in 4 months. Lose 20 kilograms in 4 months. What happens after they come in? Where are all the airport police officers who saw us? Give them a bowl of braised pork rice. Shed tears on the spot. That is the most delicious heavenly food they have ever eaten. Is it so miserable? Why? They just said that they were in Indonesia and that after they moved in. What about Indonesian prisons and these drug dealers? It's very cruel. Give them only 1 piece of rice for 3 meals a day. Anyway, rice is called rice, not white rice. No vegetables, no soup. This is rice. There are stones in the rice. There are also silt and various bone chaff. You feed me this every day. Then they ate until they couldn't even eat it. Then drink some water and take a bath. It's just straight yellow mud water. So their Indonesian prisons are also famous. Collective escape of a prison. Because there are too many people, it's too painful. Run away if you have the chance. You said that not only was the food terrible, but it was also very crowded. Very crowded. So what caused this was a person in Sumatra. On May 8th this year, they took them to the mosque. Because many of them are Muslims. When going to the mosque to pray, I saw a gap. Just push the door open and rush out. Did you see it all at once? Just happened to be photographed. From inside the prison, rush out from that side door. 358 people rushed out at once. They are so miserable. So run for your life quickly. But I rushed out with all my strength. Why they can't stand it? Because Baojia just said, not only is it less painful to eat, but it's also crowded. That prison originally had only 700 beds. Let 700 people go. What about Indonesia? How many people are crammed in? A few 1850. So they were all squeezed in and couldn't bear it. Painful as hell. But what about going to China after arriving in the mainland? Worse still, he may grow old prematurely. We have a man named Chen on the mainland. Baojia, did you see that? What was he doing when he was imprisoned? He is very young, only in his 20s, after being locked up for almost 10 years. I was in my 30s when I returned to Taiwan. Yes, he is already old. He is less than 40 years old. Has become premature senescence. Why? Then it's even more miserable in mainland China. Where is the suffering? He also went there at that time because he was involved in those drugs. Imprisoned. After being imprisoned, I found that he had eaten a meal. Only one bowl of rice. A hot soup. And you have to pay yourself to buy it. And Baojia, you know about mainland China? In all prisons. In every prison. More than 20 people are locked inside. There is class inside. There are people called Fangtu Master and thugs. Rank down your favorites along the way. It's not just the jailers will fix you. In fact, these people will also repair you every day. And how do you repair it? They have some torture called flying. What is it like to fly? It's after your people come in. They are a whole cell. They are probably all left over from the Republic of China era. Very small, very narrow. Then the innermost one is the SWAT toilet. Then pull you over. Where's the head after pulling it over? Against the wall next to the toilet, next to the toilet. Put your head against the wall and press down, press down. Then the body is half swatted and the buttocks are raised high. Straighten your hands for me and press them like this. Then the duck will take a plane. Then it started after taking the plane. Test your geography knowledge. Where's your plane flying to now? Fly to Beijing. Then where will you fly to next? I flew to Xi'an. Baojia is going to talk about geography knowledge. If the negotiation is not going well, the prison head would hit him directly with his elbow. Hit him in the back ribs. Just hit it like this. If you give a wrong answer, I will hit you. If I answer wrong, I'll hit you. Then you are like this. They said you don't actually need to fight after 10 minutes. Your head has been lowered like this. My brain is congested there. Already almost fainting. He still needs to be beaten like this from behind. Just eat 3 meals a day like this. Then maybe hit you in the back. There are already bruises. I see you can't hold it any longer. He started using his knees. Hit both of your inner thighs. Keep knocking, knocking. Then if someone outside patrols the house and asks what happened to him, he hit himself like this. This is the torture of flying. Good teacher Fu. What we are talking about today is, it turned out there's a flying fairy from heaven. He entered the solar system from a very strange angle. Very close to Earth, passing by like this. But I didn't expect. He turns out to be a cigar-shaped planet. Why, Baojia, this is really the fairy you mentioned. Look, it looks like this. In fact, this thing, when we were in late October, already told us. But it's just a small asteroid. And its characteristic is that from flying in from outside the solar system. But November 20th. November 20th, America's Extraterrestrial Research Center. You see, this is the Extraterrestrial Research Center. Did you see yesterday, November 20th? POS, a message. That little star looks like this. He called him Dazzles in English. Just very surprised and happy. Why are you surprised? Found something good. Wait a minute, the asteroid shouldn't look like this. And it's coming in from outside the solar system. How come it looks like this length to you? The length of Baojia is. Let's watch that video. The length is 400 meters. If this is considered to have a diameter, it would be 40 meters. So something like 10:1. Until now, when asteroids have been discovered, the maximum ratio is 3:1. Is 10:1. Like a stick outfit. The first one is like a stick. What about the second one? It's this color because I can't see it clearly. This one was drawn. Is reddish as red. Reddish and glowing. Metallic luster. Metallic luster. Red can't say metallic luster. He said it has the composition of rocks. Because of you asteroid, there's no way you can get into that category of metal. Then there's obviously something wrong, right? Right. So I'm coming in now in October. Let's look at it again. After entering in October, it's the end of the year. Slowly, slowly. October 25th this year, he has flown out of the solar system on October 20th. Our ecliptic plane has moved upwards. Probably this year. We'll leave the solar system next year. So let's talk about this. This is it. The nearby asteroid I just mentioned. Director of Near-Earth Exploration Center. This is a unit under JPL. Belongs to NASA. Then this is the manager of one of his programs. Then under this effect. He is very excited. He is very excited. You look very excited. Look at him crossing the track and coming in like this. Then the angle at which he goes up is 20 degrees. Coming in, it's about 25 to 28 kilometers per second. 43 kilometers per second when walking. Baojia's 7.9 kilometers per second. If you reach this speed, you can orbit the Earth, become a satellite. He looks like 4 times as long as 25. So when it comes to saying this, he says this is reddish. He said this is reddish. It's just red with a reddish sheen. So it means this thing is very special. You see it's revealed. This thing is an unusual shape. Unusual shape. You see now he turns around every 7 hours. Transfer every 7 hours. You can see this based on the radar photo. Currently observed. It's the end of November now. The Hubble telescope is about to go into action, so I said I would release it after a while. Now especially to observe. Hubble has more than one telescope. World space. I went to see all the big telescopes on the ground. I've seen it just now, but it's not enough. So he continued talking. He said this thing is actually the effect he discovered. It's very good and it's very old. It could be tens of millions of years. I don't know for millions of years. I don't know what time this is. So it's weird now. And its luminosity. Very bright and dark, very bright and dark. Probably 1 to 10 times longer. Why does it have a problem with light and dark? It is rotating. Because it will rotate. It will reflect. It will reflect. So it said this very strange thing. I don't know how to describe it. And its features are basically unprecedented. You see that angle is weird. 28 degrees, 20 degrees, this is 20 degrees. It's 20 degrees when it comes out. So it means that this thing, it comes from outside the solar system. Then the first one out is a hyperbola. Hyperbola, so they have no one to care about, because of asteroids. Hyperbola has great energy. Impossible to hit the Earth. So this thing. He said the observatory in Hawaii saw it. After seeing it, forwarded to other observatories. Just see, and then hand it over to JPL's Near-Earth Object Research Center. Then put it now. So it will be released on November 20th. Said this thing is very weird. So originally, sometimes we wouldn't hit the Earth. It won't hit the Earth and let it pass. I didn't think to understand its shape after. I knew it was weird to look like this. Look like this. And it looks like this. He last crossed the orbit of Jupiter in May 2018. Flying out of the solar system from the orbit of Saturn in 2019. Pegasus. It can also fly out. You can see this is the change in its luminosity. Jump, 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 jump from 22 all the way down like this. Finally go down to 26. Probably almost 10 times. And you see it rotates once every 7.3 hours. So what are his characteristics? Has been fully demonstrated above. So the artist drew this picture. Then I think the real graphics must be almost next year. After the entire Hubble telescope has seen. Only then can we understand this one. Strange asteroid features. It has several features. The first one is this 10:1 length. It's incredible. Maybe a little longer than a cigar. What about the second one? It's metal and reddish. So these 3 characteristics. November 20th. JPL's Near-Earth Exploration Center. This is what I just said. Just PO online. Then after this PO goes online. In fact, we can see that after PO breaks the internet. What he actually saw. Basically, except you look at this. His background looks like red. And November 20th was yesterday. So here's the news soon. But the message behind this is that there are already 2 large telescopes to see. So it means that the appearance of this asteroid. We previously only knew it came from the solar system, from outside. Now I find it is not easy. There are many other things in this. Waiting for our scientists to explore it. That's it. Norway not only has the largest whirlpool on the sea. There are also whirlpools in the sky. It is believed that the first heart gate of the Earth is here. This whirlpool in the sky in Norway is very strange. He was in Baojia on December 9, 2009. You see, it looks like this. At that time, it was said that there was a blue light suddenly in Norway, directly from the other side of the mountain to the sky. And after hitting the sky, it stopped. After stopping, I started the Blu-ray. Start drawing outward from the point where the terrain pauses. A snail is formed. A spiral vortex comes out. Then after the vortex comes out, that thing until now. No one knows what it is. Just call it directly, then people talk about it. Is this possible that the door of the heart has been opened? Because it was hit. Then Russia also said that they did not test fire missiles. This is not the case with the way missiles fly. So after the Norwegian Stargate came out, the most mysterious November 14, 2010. The Stargate incident in the Gulf of Aden also occurred. And what is the Stargate incident in the Gulf of Aden? That year on November 4th. Suddenly at 11 a.m. There was an earthquake with a magnitude of 6.3 in that place. But the strange thing about Baojia is that there are no faults under that seabed. There are no sections. Suddenly there was an earthquake, and there were 62 aftershocks in just 1 hour. And every aftershock, they are all very even and all are around level 4.0. What's even more strange is the surrounding land. None of the surrounding countries have detected it. And NASA also has NOVA? I also found that there. The sea is just like the 311th earthquake in our home, or like the big earthquake in New Zealand. A whirlpool appeared on the sea. And this vortex will turn. Then just find all the epicenters, anomalies in all vortex magnetic fields. They're all under that vortex. A point somewhere within 7 miles. So it's very strange. What exactly is it? How could there be such an earthquake? Why is it completely in that entire earthquake swarm? Have no idea. And what's even more peculiar in every aspect is that U.S. Fifth Fleet, the aircraft carrier, just drove over. With that fleet, what about the United States? Just passed an aircraft carrier battle group and passed by. That's not all. Italy, Canada, UK, etc. Even China and Malaysia came to 21 countries. All India sent warships to pass through. What is the important thing that so many countries are interested in? So everyone doesn't know why. Because he said he was going to fight pirates in the Gulf of Aden. The Somali pirates used that small boat. There is no need for you to dispatch this almost large warship. The big warship is even more peculiar, and then it comes to the back. Actually, before that, there's already a guy named Aaron McCullum. He just released one video after another. He told me that he had participated in a strange Stargate project. Stargate project. It's like he said it was the last. The memory is a bit washed away. Just look at that person behind there. He is a lieutenant colonel in the Navy when he was 3 years old. So I joined a third-generation American psychic warrior project, then over to Montauk. Do a spiritual training. Later I practiced over there in Puerto Rico. Communicate with dolphins. And then in 2010, he was transferred to the Gulf of Aden on October 8th. Then he is actually here. Before the Stargate incident came out, he also heard the word it was over there. An experiment was conducted just over there, 7 nautical miles away. A vortex appears. Then some of them. Through this spiritual induction, you can reach the Mao Show star. So it's integrated with this Stargate world. Our Shinzu Air Force Base. There was a flight show today. Many people think my performance is very good. Can you know? Of course our flying technology comes from the United States. Okay, you know. America's most famous training program for foreign pilots. It's Luke Space. But Luke Base's first promotional video. For the first time, I swore to the whole world, the teaching at our Luke Base is very good. Foreign pilots come here. We all can train to be the best in the world. He actually used the Air Force of the Republic of China as an example. For everyone watching this video, it is the Republic of China. Yes! Luke Base in the United States 76 years ago. The first promotional video to the world. Come to me for training. Turns out he's not an American. Used his video of the Air Force of the Republic of China training there. Make a promotional video. That was all the Air Force of the Republic of China just now. They're all Air Force of the Republic of China. Both are your father's seniors. Yes! And they are from the 12th batch of the Air Force Academy. 12 issues. Each of them just started with a note in their hand. Blow over there. You know why. Why blow? Teach them English. People pilot. That P is going to make a sound. So the little piece of paper in your hand needs to be able to move, you know? Really, really good. Then this is them practicing explosive shooting. I'll tell you how good they were at shooting. The first place is better than the Americans. Because you have to blow the button down there very accurately. When it passes from above, after you press it, bang, hit it. This is a machine for explosive training. This explosive training is good. It's the hardest to drive. You know the Americans were shocked. Why were you so shocked? Because it was not convenient to communicate at that time. When you want to fly information, it's difficult to see visually. As a result, Americans drive differently. Inconsistent. You mean the pilot who just flew? The result is because you want it. It's difficult for 6 planes to fly in parallel. The 12th period of our official school for formation flying. And the combat formation needs to be exploded. As a result, once we went out to form a formation, it was really good. Look, this is a combat formation. Yes, one after another in formation of 6 aircraft. These are just students. And you see, 6 aircraft formation. This is a battle formation. This is not a drill battle pattern. This is real combat. Have to pass through this place. Everyone has to cross this target area. It must be extremely accurate. This is a target area. I'm telling you it's even more powerful. Wait until there is a target on the ground. His shooting score is 100%. You see 6 frames for each one, right? Explodes 6 targets below at the same time. As a result, the American film was shot. We are a target. Low altitude. Look! All hit the target. Not a single one was missed. 6 targets, because he is a series of passed. They all happen to pass through the middle of the target like this. Americans are dumbfounded, and you see, in 1941, you can make this formation so stable. And the formation of this battle formation, at any time, you want to go left or you want to go right. How are you going to fight the enemy? As a result, Americans thought that these were students. Do you know? Look, this bombing is a night bombing. Incredibly beautiful. Then we will also shoot at night. So Americans, this is a video of Americans going around the world to recruit students. Because we just mentioned that Luke Base is the United States as a base to train pilots around the world. Right, he trained pilots and discovered the pilots of the Republic of China were trained to such a high level by me. So use them as examples. I'll tell you later what our Chinese pilots take to the streets. In the past, everyone. Racism. Everyone stood at attention and saluted. Real or fake, salute them. Only us yellow people are in that place. Receive great respect. Everyone raised their thumbs and said he was a flying genius. Wow, because when they just left, there are still people who welcome them. So welcome them. The first one, so they receive great attention here. This first point is just a formal report written. The second point is that I have a best friend in the Republic of China, Senator Goldwater. At that time in November 1941, where is Goldwater working? Lieutenant Training Officer. As a student, he first came into contact with the pessimism of the Republic of China. He was shocked, how could it be so powerful? From then on he became the Republic of China best free friend. This is why he has such a good relationship with the Republic of China. Do you know that after this news is broadcast, how many foreign pilots have been attracted here? More than 12,000 people. These 12,000 people are all seed. The instructor is going back to train the local people. Up to 12,000 people over 4 years. Attracted 12,000 people. It's the pilot they saw connecting. Pilots can fly so well by training here. So they all came here to train. Good so. This is a tradition. It was said in 1941. From that time until now. Republic of China pilots sent to Luke Base. Never stopped. But next year may be a year of hiatus. Why? Because all Luke bases are now equipped with F-35s. Right, so we don't have F-35 at Luke Base anymore. Luke Base is now a full-time training base for F-35. Then we are F-16. So next year I was originally going to send 53 seat instructors there. 53 will be given away next year. Already good. It will cost nearly 200 million new Taiwan dollars to send them there. But now we are even more competing with the United States. The United States said that all our instructors are now working on the F-35. So do you want to go? Well, Xiping, what we see now is at Hsinchu Air Force Base. That flight, they speak Cuban horoscopes. And it has to withstand 9G of pressure in the air. Today we have this performance. It's all because of these seat instructors. They were all sent to the United States for training. Everyone must know. The Cuban horoscope turns with 9G. It is the most difficult flying technology in the world. We were actually at the Air Force flying base today. Show it in front of the public. Is Cuban horoscope difficult? Note that the Cuban horoscope is a horizontal horoscope, not a straight character. Straight horoscopes are easy to fly. Why if it is a straight character? There is only one place where you fly upside down. Only this one is flying upside down and the others are not flying upside down. But if you have a horizontal horoscope, you have 2 stages of flying upside down. And it was wrong to fly upside down. Great today. Where? Cuba first hard outside. Good second one because he has to turn. There is centrifugal force when flying upside down and turning. The second time he returned the roller. And rolling. Then you roll and turn. This G-force will reach 9G. Is 9G scary? 9G is very scary. Like you, Liu Baojie, can endure extreme 3G. I probably can't stand 3G on 2G. 3G is the limit. So I tell you, look at him. Not only do we have rollers today. Do you see this rotation and descent? The probability of spinning down is also the highest. The probability of rotating down and cylinder turning is the highest. Because its centrifugal force is very heavy. Okay, what is 9G today? It's the weight of the pressure you bear. Centrifugal force and gravity acceleration are 9 times your body weight. Do you know what it feels like to be 9 times your body weight? They said, if a normal person first sees everything is red. Red. Why see red? Because your eyes are all bloodshot. After the eye mask is completely congested, your vision is all red. After red you start to coma. Begin to feel dizzy. Finally suffocated to death. The person who has been trained by 9G. How you can resist 9G? In the first one, all your muscles were squashed. Second, they said Air Force pilots, tell me about the internal organs. Feels like a piece of paper. You are not a 3-dimensional person. The third one will definitely shed tears unconsciously. Because there is no way, even though your eyes won't turn red. But you must not be able to control your tears, just keep flowing. So 9G fourth. Very difficult to breathe. Because if you think about it, you have 9 times the weight of your body on you. Your whole muscles are in front of your heart and close to your back. How to breathe? It will eventually suffocate to death. So today the pilot performed such a difficult maneuver. Pay attention to the spiral descent and cylinder turn. It has the greatest centrifugal force. It is the one with the greatest gravity G-force. And under this 9G, you still do such difficult moves? He also flew out of Cuba's horoscopes. This is a very remarkable. So our Air Force has. From ancient times to now, everything is first rate. How not Chuang Xia? I didn't expect that something happened to the US 7th Fleet again, and he actually had an accident report. What's wonderful is that they don't have to face that kind of. When a boat slowly approaches you and hits you. They didn't know what to do. Yes, these are the 18 most powerful ships in the United States now, inside the warship, Benford. Oh yeah, something happened again. It's the 5th time this year it's hit, and this collision is the strangest. Why did he come out of Sagami Bay? When I go to participate in the US-Japanese military exercises, not 3 South Korean aircraft carriers, are there military exercises going on over the Sea of Japan? When he was about to go there, it turned out that Baojie, there is a Japanese commercial tugboat. It broke down and there is no power anymore, just floating there on the sea. So such a ship without power, didn't expect this. The USS Benford, one of the most powerful in the United States. Unexpectedly, I can't dodge it. He was directly measured by this tugboat. He was hit directly. This ship is awesome, right? It's the United States and now he's Burke level. And inside each Burke class, pick 18 ships. It is equipped with a comprehensive and all-weather missile defense system. So he can block any missiles coming towards him. He can detect it all. You can stop missiles, but you can't stop dogs. I didn't expect to talk about him about the result, and he's going to participate in military exercises now. So all his systems are open. Didn't expect a tugboat, and it's a tugboat that has lost power. On the sea, directly from your side. It hit me directly. Why can't it be dealt with? As a result, the United States discovered that it turned out that the United States, although your weapons are powerful, but there is a big problem with the training of your army. What went wrong? The United States has been hit 5 times this year, and among them, there are collisions with South Korea and the Philippines, collide on the Malacca Strait side, but they reported on November 1st that the real problem is that there is no one at sea. Dodge! A standard drill for collisions with other ships. How is it possible that they don't know how to practice this? Because their weapons are very advanced. So where's their soldier brother? I feel like saying, this is all left to the weapons to handle. As a result, when a ship came, when they saw it, they have almost no standard actions. So just let any ship do it. I was hit directly by someone. Just for them. I can destroy this ship. I can sink this ship. But if I don't sink him, there's nothing I can do if he comes closer. Yes, in fact, it includes our current small fishing boats. In fact, it is not easy for a ship to collide with a ship on the sea. But what? Many times, the waves will push your boat away. So even if our fishing boats are larger, all ships have anti-collision radars. So you will definitely see it. A ship is already drifting over to you. Floating over. So what are you going to do at this time? It's not like they just stay there and watch. Then he just turned the rudder on one side. He will only stay and watch and turn the rudder. Look, this is on the South China Sea side. There is a fishing boat. It hit a Chinese warship directly. Look at their real performance. Actually, this is a basic, non-technical exercise. I saw it and was coming over. So your ship has inertia. It is difficult for a big ship to turn. So you see, after they turned the rudder full left, they found that they couldn't dodge. After failing to dodge, their next move must be pick up the anchor rope and drop the anchor directly. Drop anchor because after dropping anchor you have a fixed point. So where's your boat? You won't be pushed forward by the waves like this. And so their next move is to drop anchor. After breaking down, 0203, turn left 3 times and turn right. So after you capture a fixed point, where's your ship so you can follow it and dodge it? So you can go around in circles by yourself. But if you don't know how to go, this most primitive action of anchoring, you will follow that boat. The waves will push you away, so its inertia will make you too. As the waves pull you straight into each other. So you said that the US report actually told us that, because their equipment is too advanced. The equipment is too advanced. There is actually a problem with the simplest anti-collision method. So just because, among these 5 ships, in the process of being hit, there is no one. There is an action of anchoring. No ship has this emergency dodge. Let me settle down and not drift with the waves. Then an action to avoid being hit. That's why I found out that the US military was there. Their real problem is, I no longer know the basic movements of training exercises.